How do you handle a 501c3 church transition to an SSM, but some of the congregates are not private? Two separate things. Doesn't matter what kind of church they go to, they're listening to the pastor. I'm guessing it's the same transitioning business with respect to them signing up as a private member. So, but wanted to know if there's any further clarification. So that's actually a really good question. A church really doesn't need to have members sign up in a private capacity to come into the congregation and fellowship. They're not really there purchasing stuff. I mean, you might have a store where you're selling albums or songs or books or whatever, and that store could have all the same capacity and use as of the SSM. The SSM cannot charge a sales tax because it does not have the capability to. There would be, your members would have to get used to not paying sales tax. Your members would have to get used to making donations, and then at the end of the year, you'd be doing the same receipts to them and giving them a tax ID number, and they get the same deductions they did before. To me, it's kind of a crock to it doesn't matter, but it's kind of a, when somebody makes a $10,000 or $5,000 donation for the year, and then they deduct it from their taxes. And to me, it's kind of it's whatever. I don't necessarily look at it for tax strategy purposes. I look at it because my heart is trying to help a church or a ministry, but everything is the same, except you have no requirement to file a return for an SSM. To go back to specific, like we're creating enterprise level foundations for private structures that are maybe a coin store or something to the like, and they don't necessarily have a congregation there. They are doing outreach behind the scenes. And we have to remember that everything on this earth belongs to God. So for that kind of a storefront, we would be creating a sign for somebody at an entrance, and on their first purchase, they would be signing a one-page agreement for $1 that will be deducted from the sale, making them a lifetime member. They would be getting a membership card, and you can do the same for the church, but I just don't find it that necessary. The church is without a doubt more protected and covered under the law than the perception of a coin store wanting to be private. You know what I'm saying? And so you may have a sign at the front door. We are, and you can do it very smooth, very easy. We are a private church under God. By your entering, you're agreeing to, and you can name one or two or three things that would constitute them desiring to have a relationship with God and them desiring to have a relationship with the church that would make them a member just by walking into the front door. And then you could have, if it were me, I would have a leaflet, and just hand them out, and on every announcement, every leaflet that whatever you're sending out to the people, you're acknowledging with them who you are, and so on and so forth. So there's all kinds of ways to get it done, but you're really protected as an actual church setting, and there's not a whole lot to worry about transition wise. So just do it. And the members, they don't need to see it. You don't need to make a big deal about it. You don't need to tell them, hey, we're doing this. They're in, oh my God, he's rebutting the government. Oh my God. You don't need to do that. For me, I'd be like, I'd throw a non-501c3 party, and invite them all. and have a potluck. I mean, this is why we made this decision. We watched what happened through COVID. This is why we're doing what we're doing. If and we nothing's going to change with you. You still get your same deduction. You still get this. We're just going to be more of a tight church now, and we're not going to be told what part of the Word of God we can administer and what part of the Word of God we cannot.